Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is Wanda God's bread of Watching Wanda's World, as well as Sean and Courtney. And we are here tonight to have a very intriguing conversation, to say the least. It will not be, this is I always forget to read my computer. We're going to have a very interesting conversation. It is going to be tonight. I want to yeah, I don't want to mute it. Um, we're going to have a very interesting conversation. We want to discuss why is it that it seems, because we notice in the Black community that Black men and women both want relationships, but for some reason it's like we battle against each other as opposed to finding our common ground and love on each other. We treat each other like the enemy when both sides say they want love. So we're going to come with some of our own real life experiences. We are really going to try to delve into this. I've posted on my Facebook page a phone number that when I say for you to call in, we can have some interactive chat. But on my Facebook page, Wanda God's Bread and God's Bread and Her Paint, I can see you commenting. Actually, I'm going to focus on God's Bread and Her Paint. Let me see. Let me make sure I can see the live. Give me 1 second. I just want to make sure it's coming through. Or is it on? Um, so we just really want to have some real conversation. Like we're gonna get down with it, but it's gonna be fun, it's gonna be enjoyable. Our girl Courtney is coming with a poem. So I'm gonna be on Wanda God's Bread. If you're on listening to me on any other platform, if you want me to see your comments real time, come on to Wanda God's Bread on Facebook. I'm also on Twitch as God's Bread, GODSBRATT. I'm on YouTube as Intellectual One, and I'm on YouTube as Intellectual One. Oh, and I am still on God's Bread and Her Paint as well. So you can be me however you want to be me. There's also a link that starts with TTTRN. Anyone you share that link to can see the live. But the link is only available while I am live. So we're going to do a brief interlude because I want to do something a little different and show my little avatar. You on the camera too? Oh no, you're not on camera yet. I noticed. Okay, so now I'm going to introduce my co-host for today. They've been with me for the last 2 weeks. They've been doing this. I love y'all so much. Like I really appreciate you, Courtney. I feel blessed that you introduced me to Sean. You and I were already blessing each other's lives. Sean is just an enhancement to the blessing. I love y'all. Like I really do. I enjoy our conversations. We get on the telephone. Do y'all realize how long we be on the phone? Yes. And it doesn't even seem like it. Like it's a beautiful thing. I rebuke that. And you said something in one of our other posts, Courtney. I rebuke that spirit of no new friends. If they have the right spirit, if they vibrating on the right level, you can come on. I enjoy sisterhood. I enjoy it. Yes, exactly. Exactly. So I am about to show you our co-hosts, Sean and Courtney, and there they are. And Courtney is going to grace us with a poem again. Yes, and I love her poems. And guys, you all said that the poems have been telling me that you've been enjoying the poems. I want to tell you that Courtney is writing these poems herself. This is her intellectual property. So don't y'all go stealing no lines because I'm trying to tell her to write a book. But Courtney, whenever you're ready, my love. Yes, you deserve. Oh, wait a minute. Let me turn the camera back to you. All right. There you go, Sean. Hmm. Hmm. I totally agree. I I was amazed to realize that these poems were Courtney's. Not like I didn't think you could write a poem, but I thought you were they're so good that I thought you were reading out of a book. So really, I used to write poems when I was younger. I used to have two black and white composition books full of poems, and somewhere during the years they got lost in my moves. But yes. But now we're about to get to our topic. Who wants to start it off? Okay, let me put the camera on because I think that means Courtney will. No? Oh, okay, okay. All right, so I'll start it off. Let me see where I want to go with it because we're gonna keep it light and funky and cute, y'all. But we're gonna keep it. Um, when you first start dating someone and you're trying to figure out, do I call them? Should I wait for him to call me? Should I? Um, but who called the last person first the last time? Well, I wonder if he telling me the truth when he say he don't have a girlfriend. Um, he ain't called me back. It is 10:03. He said he was calling me at 10 o'clock. So why is it that we feel like we have to play these mind games when we really want is to get to know this other person. We want to hold them, we want to love them, but instead we play these different little mind games. And what's the point in them? I'm sorry. Like, what is the point really in the mind games? And then how do we, as Black men and women, come together and stop playing these games? And just like, why can't we just from the beginning say, "Hi, my name is Wanda." Not me, because don't come for me. Don't come for me. All right, because I belong to Big E. Hey, hey, hi, baby. Mwah, I love you. Um, but why can't we just say who we are, what we want, and because I'm just gonna say to both parties, I'm not gonna just say men. If you're honest with what you want, whether it's a relationship, a sexationship, or whatever the case may be, you might be surprised at the response if you give the other person the chance to make their own mind up as to what they want to accept from you. They might be on the same page with you if you put it on the table. So that's me starting it off. Y'all hop on it. Expand on that.
Still need to be honest. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But because it's probably something they're playing it safe.
Mhm.
Just in case it don't work out, they have a backup. I
Mhm.
mean, in reality, you're still playing games because you can't love two people at the same time. Yes, you can. Well, yeah, you can. That's if you go there. But I'm just saying, if you can't, you cannot. The feeling's not gonna be the same. That is true.
Mhm.
If you have two partners, it's not gonna be the same.
Right. Oh, okay. I just have a comment. Chatty says it starts at home. It's not taught in some homes. They're not taught how to really treat women. So, what do y'all think about
I
that?
think that is true. That's true. I think that is true. And like I'm about to take it way over there. But when we raise our son,
Mhm.
we teach them not to cry, not to show emotion, not cut it off, get up, shake it off as
Mhm.
babies. So when they grow up, now we are looking for them
Mhm.
to be emotional and share.
Well, all their lives we've been telling them, man up.
Man up, shake it off.
So, what did we mean, queens, when we tell them man up? Like, what this in our eyes, what are we teaching our sons? Number one. And number two, when we're looking for a man, what are we looking for?
Looking for the man that's emotional and that's going to share, but we didn't teach them that.
Okay.
Some people do. I focus on that because I had
Okay.
because I didn't want him to feel emotion because it doesn't mean that he's less of a man because he shows. So I
Exactly.
brought him up to show his emotions. He still does that today. He's 30, 38.
Beautiful.
He's 38. He's
Okay.
turning 30. So, but you're right, though, said from the back, and felt like it makes them look weak.
Hmm.
But for women, to us, it makes them weak when they don't show, when they're not what you call it,
When that man enough
emotionally
available.
yeah. I don't agree with that because back in the day, like our grandmothers and great grandmothers, we always carried the weight. And
Hmm.
so if Papa
Went out, spent his whole check, blew it off. Guess what?
He was young
Mama
with us.
gonna figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And it was never a conversation. She just worked it out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we've been kind of playing against each other all these years and decades.
Okay, well, I'm going to make a comment. I'm going to switch the camera to me for a second.
Mhm.
I'm going to make a comment. And oftentimes, when I make this comment, it's very unpopular amongst women. Um, it's not me playing devil's advocate or giving men an excuse, but I just see things a little bit differently than a lot of women. Sometimes that's good, sometimes it's bad, but it's all me. Okay. But I think that this goes back to slavery. Black men were ripped away from their wives, their mothers, their sisters, their cousins. They they were not allowed to be present. And at no point in our history since we started wanting them to be there did we really enforce in our teachings as mothers and fathers. But right now we're talking about the fathers. So, like you said, the big mama or mama always pulled up the slack. But in our teaching of our sons, we didn't say it's okay to love your woman. Loving your woman doesn't make you look weak. It's okay to show vulnerability. It's okay to cry. Just don't cry more than me. That's my stipulation. It's okay to cry, because I still want to look at you as my protector. Now, if you weeping Wanda or weeping Wayne, you know, I can't get with that. If every time I look at you, you sniffling, let me sniffle for a moment. But it's okay for you to sniffle, But I honestly feel like we have been, what's the word I'm looking for? Conditioned from slavery, our men to not be present. And we as women have not been teaching our sons how to be present. And we teach our daughters that she got to be the strong black woman because she had to be. But I'm going to tell you, I don't want the title no more. I'm sick of being a strong black woman.
Really?
I am sick of it. I've been a strong black woman since I was 9 years old. We kind of had a discussion about that, but we ain't going there today. But I don't want it because I wasn't strong because I wanted to be. I was strong because I had to be. I had no other choice but to be. I can't have a moment of weakness. I can't appear to be weak.
I get it. On a vacation, you know what I'm
Mm-mm.
saying? You want to
I
take
done
some
li-
time off.
I'm 52 years old. The first half century of my life, I was the strong black woman. Peace. I got the T-shirt, wrote a song about it on here. So,
But
wait
you know that goes
a minute, let me put the camera on.
that goes into you got trust you. And the very last line, protect you. This is right if he has to. And
Hmm.
I think that I know I'm gonna speak about myself. I'm sorry.
No, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We told her we
I
was
want to feel protected.
amen.
You
Hi,
know what I'm saying?
wait a minute, hold on. I gotta acknowledge. Hi, Jessica. Hi,
Happy
baby.
Jessica be happy.
That's my little sister in Alabama. We met in the makeup community. And that's my little sister in Alabama. When I go to Georgia again, we plan on meeting in person. But that's my boo thing. Girl, I be all over. I be in Columbus. I be in Decatur. I be in Atlanta. I be in Alpharetta. I got family down there. So hi boo boo. Thank you for joining in. We gonna be girl. We bringing it today. Okay. Hmm. I agree. Available.
emotionally and mature,
Yes. Okay.
and be with a woman like herself. When he allows her to feel, you will get there because he will be able to handle all of that.
Yes.
And once she becomes comfortable,
Yes.
when they tell you, she or you got to do what it is she's strong because she doesn't feel safe.
Mm-hmm.
She will become vulnerable because he will allow her space to become vulnerable, and then she will start to feel it. He wants her, and he will give her an opportunity. He will make it where she will feel safe
Mm-hmm.
and secure
Right.
and vulnerable
Mhm.
because that's what that's it's kind of like
Yeah, while you think on that, let me acknowledge. Hi, Thelma. Hi, Paris Sissy. Hi, Denise. Hi, Nene. Yeah, we have like 8 people watching right now. We have 8 people on Facebook. Not yet, because we talking right now. Yeah, not yet. Don't you start no trouble. The press upstairs, like Lord, please let it work right when it's time. Jesus, y'all say a prayer that when we get ready for the call in, that it works like we want it to work. Because I downloaded a Google Voice number because I didn't want my personal phone number out there. And it's gonna be the first time of us trying. We called ourselves testing it last night, so we're gonna see what it do when it's time for it to do what it do. So okay.
always emotionally, mentally mature relationship,
Mhm.
which allowed the woman to feel safe and never had to worry. But because the person wasn't emotionally, because of whatever baggage she was still carrying around with her relationship.
Okay, wait a minute, Courtney. I'm sorry. If I look down and stuff, but Tanya says I agree. I have to have someone that I feel safe with. Melly Mel said amen. Chatty said interesting. Oh, thank you, Tanya. Tanya was saying congratulations. She's happy for my show. That's right, because let me put the camera on myself. Thank you, thank you. Uh-huh. I ain't switch it. It ain't all about me. But when God closes the door, He will open another one. When God closes the door, He will open another one for you. My experience was what it was supposed to be with the network. I will not say anything bad about them. I had some good times there. I produced some marvelous shows. Well, I didn't produce them. I just went and sat there and looked cute and just brought in my topics and my guests. But now I am a one-woman show. I am the network. If you are looking to do this on your own with your makeup videos, go live on several platforms at one time, whatever the case may be, you can contact me because I can help you do this as well. But yeah, this is Wanda God's bread. I'm watching Wanda's world, and by the grace of God, I'm still here through it all and despite it all. So now back to the topic at hand. I had to acknowledge, and then Chatty laughed at us, and okay, Melly Mel said yes, he will. So I'm a firm believer in putting it out in the universe, and letting God and the angels and the ancestors do what they do. Um, Now going back to the topic, what she was saying about feeling safe, I honestly believe through the trials and tribulations that I had in my life, which has been very hard, um, and the trials and tribulation my partner he has had in his life, which has been a lot. I seriously believe that God was building my king and his queen up for each other. I did not meet him until I was 40 years old, getting ready to turn 41. I met him in November, and my birthday is in January. And when I met him, he felt like home.
Mm.
Honestly, I hope to inspire somebody with the words that I'm saying. And I'm not putting him on a pedestal because sometimes he makes me want to knock him upside the head with my cane. But when I say I love me some him, I love me some him because he made me first when we met, he was vulnerable. I'm not gonna go into his story, it's not mine to tell, but I've talked to you guys. He was vulnerable. Oh, thank you, Chatty. She said, I remember when that happened, but you did it, Queen. You made it through. Awesomeness. Talking about the network stuff. And speak those things as they are. Exactly, Tanya. I'm trying to be cute and not. I want y'all to see my makeup, so I'm trying not to put my glasses on. But it's struggling. I'm struggling trying to read these little words. So, oh, and speaking of makeup, Planet Makeup by Yolanda, I am a affiliate, so you can use my code Wanda WANDA to get some of the lovely products that you see on my face each and every week, each and every post. So WANDA, yeah, we'll do a commercial later. But getting back, he was in a vulnerable place, and I remember saying to him, "When is the last time somebody asked you if you were okay?" And I swear, I believe that question is what solidified me in his mind. I really believe that. I'm gonna switch the camera to you guys because I've been talking for a minute.
So, I could get counsel from you because there is someone that I know of,
Mhm,
and I really just feel like this person needs to be helped,
mhm,
and they don't know how to accept it, but I don't know how to press forward. You know what I mean?
mhm.
I've had people say, "What do you like? No, you just like a dude, and you just let a man be a man."
Say what now?
Yes,
I don't know.
you need to let a man be a man. I said, I don't think I
When a
ever.
man presents themselves as the man that I could trust, as was with E, and that I could relinquish the reins to, then I'll let a man be a
I
man.
know, but I'm
Understand
not letting you
Mhm.
because you're doing it anyway.
Right.
Let you do anything.
Amen.
You got to lighten up a little bit.
that. I
Listen,
think it's typically
Some are.
that
Camera on
he's
you.
a mess.
And the heart wants, that's okay. So that's another thing. The heart wants what the heart wants. So I'm gonna flip the camera to me for a second. So you said that
no.
you wanted, in my opinion, based on what you said, it sounds like this person has issues that he needs to work out within himself. First, like I told y'all what E was going through when I first met him. Instead of focusing on the relationship part on it, I used to stress friendship before and above anything. I am your friend first. I can put the relationship to the side, but I am your friend because you are just a good person. So you can talk to me. So I, like, for months, because of his situation and because I could see the pain and the hurt and different things, I didn't want to overwhelm him. So sometimes you have to sort of pull back a little bit, be there, but maybe not in the relationship capacity as strong. And you're not taking yourself off the table, but you present a different value when you're more than somebody I think about when I'm ready to serve.
Look, it's so crazy. I
All
wrote
right,
this
I'm getting
book
ready. All right, I'm getting ready
over
to.
20 years ago. And I
Wow.
said, a man wants to make a woman better than you want to make her better. He cooks for you. He reads your poems. He passionate. He kisses your neck, the bottom of your feet.
And
Not just saying he will.
because you deserve it. You put it out in the universe to manifest. The camera on you.
Oh,
Yeah. I just wanted to remind you. But out in the universe. And I'm not saying that he's not your king. But what I'm saying is he has some work to do within him. And just like with me, where I'm strong, Eric may not be strong. Like I'm a communicator. Most men aren't. That's something that I have, like, if we're arguing, a lot of times I have to fall back, not because I don't have nothing to say, not because I'm not going to say it, but if both of us acting like a butt and yelling and screaming, ain't nobody gonna hear the other. We ain't gonna get nothing accomplished. So I'll get quiet. I'll let them whatever, and I'll come back the next day, or depending on what the situation, a day or two later when I'm ready, and be like, by the way, remember the other day? Well, so and so and so and so and so and
I
so.
remember that.
Yeah.
And you know what? I have this it was like even I feel like before I met him, but I met this person and they told me exactly what was going to make
Hmm.
crazy, jealous, screaming.
Hmm.
I changed it.
Okay.
So that means I was capable of fulfilling.
Right.
I don't think you deserve it.
Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Another part of the conversation. Expand upon it.
Uh-oh.
Expand.
Right.
Right. Look, look, look. I just gotta own up to the fact that I can't see. Okay, go on. I'm sorry.
I really worked hard and I'm still working hard. Even with all of this apprehension and situation or,
Hmm. Exactly.
I knew my purpose to be
Mhm.
my best self.
Right.
Because honestly, and it's not just for him, because maybe he's not the
Right. Only God knows that. But I mean,
one.
I I say instead of following, let me put the camera on me for a second. Instead of following a man's potential, follow his actions because his actions will tell you everything his words don't say. Okay. Right. So he's showing you, but it's still those little things, like you have the majority of the things, but until I say stand your ground until you get everything that when you feel like we were talking about earlier, that means it's not time yet. Okay. I'm not saying he's not the one, but it's more work that needs to be done, and it's not within you. Because sometimes, like he wants something from you, because he wouldn't be doing those type of things. He knows what he needs to do because he's done it. He's scared for some reason. So that's why I said be the friend. That's why I said be the friend first and foremost. And it's not right. You do have to set boundaries. That's why you said that be a friend first. Because as your friend, oh, I don't have to take your call at a certain time. As your friend, I don't have to give you my temple. I can listen to your woes. I can be a sounding board. I can be, we can go hang out together, if that's what's first and foremost in our relationship. And I don't have to take you hurting my feelings. I don't have to take none of that. Actions speak volumes, Melly Mel said. Teddy said, if he knows you've been through things that you did not deserve, he wants you to feel good about you. Exactly. Come on, when I say God does things in his time, he heard my prayers and wait a minute. He heard my prayers, sent my boys, but I had to do the work. Exactly, Melly Mel. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because he's not started the process of yet of working on himself.
Right.
You don't want him hurting you
In the
when
process of you trying to love
by
him.
his feet.
Right.
Because he is some men when they start that because he knows you. You
Exactly.
know, she could
I
be
can
the
be
one.
scary too because
Yeah,
people don't
but
understand.
true.
Mhm.
That's the wild child.
But
But whatever
okay.
has happened in his previous relationship before her, or whatever's happened to him, whatever it is,
Hmm.
you cannot allow him to add
Walk
to
over
your
you.
pain.
Hmm.
You know that you're still working.
Exactly,
That
because both of you are a work in
process.
process.
Yeah.
So
So you have to
again,
have a partner that's willing to
work
move
with
with
you,
you,
love you as you are, love you good.
not you what you have been through to break you down.
Exactly.
You know,
So they have to love you where you're at. They have to love your good days, your bad days, your days when you are flawless, your days when you look like Aunt Jemima. I woke up like this, whether it's good or bad. They have to be willing to not want to change you because the changes that you make are going to be ones you feel are necessary for your life, not ones that he feels he wants you to have to fit into his.
Family and one as a child and every thank
Mhm.
God I'm blessed to still have my parents
Yeah.
family and friends, you know, I'm still trying to let the limits settle. And I had to say, I'm glad. Like, if you love me the way you say you do,
Hmm.
you have to accept everything about me,
Amen.
good and bad. Some
listen,
days it's not gonna be a good day.
listen.
Right.
You know, some days I wake up with a whole attitude. It's not you,
It's not you.
and I will explain that. Next you're just not in a good mood.
Exactly.
And you don't reflect that on them.
Mm-mm.
This is how it sounds. And your love should never hurt me.
Right.
Your love should never hurt me. It should never make me
Let's
not want to be in your presence.
I agree and don't love will hurt sometimes, but
No,
it's
no.
not. It's like you will
I'm
hurt
saying,
me. Like one thing I said to E, I can't promise that I'll never hurt you. I'll promise that I'll never intentionally hurt you.
when I say hurt, when I say that, I'm saying you're gonna have your challenges. Nothing's never gonna be, you know, roses and peaches and cream
All the
24/7
time.
all the time.
Right.
I'm
Right.
not saying that, but
Right.
I'm saying that whatever you're doing, I get do that because you're working with you,
Hmm.
and I'm working on me because nobody is perfect. There
Right.
are no perfect people, but do not attack me.
Okay. I see what
You
you're
know what I'm
saying.
saying?
Intentionally.
Because
Yeah.
because that's something that you do. And
Gotcha.
like I told one of when I'm working, I deal with all kinds of shit, and I
Right.
get paid to deal with that.
Right.
I don't want to come home and feel like it was stressful.
So that goes back to our topic. Why is it that we we become somebody that we have to fight with, or why do we feel we have to fight with the person that our intention is to love? Why are we creating that dynamic? If I really want to love you, why am I antagonizing you?
Now that
Right, right, and vice versa.
I
that's a
didn't walk
different.
into the well, I walk into the house and get upset, and I do it, and I'm not even the reason why you upset.
Hmm.
It's still communication
Yeah.
because me coming, you know, when I was counseling, I would come home, sit on the couch, was there all day because my ex was retired.
Hmm.
Um, I would come in and sit down for an hour, and I wouldn't speak a word.
Okay.
And my ex took it as I didn't want to speak, I didn't want to talk. Now,
Hmm.
I'm really just decompressing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Um, I can understand you not understanding that because of what I do all day long,
Hmm.
I'm just trying to just relax.
So,
Now,
question:
for
did you
me,
tell them? That was your process?
Yes.
Okay, so you did communicate
Now,
that.
when it comes to antagonizing, I feel like it's something that is unsaid,
Mm-hmm.
and you're carrying this over. Now it's becoming a situation. You didn't speak on it.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the issue was, whether it was, oh, I saw someone who called you, you were out, I saw you speaking to this person, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, things go unspoken.
Right.
And I think it is communication is a huge deal
Right. I
in
agree.
any relationship.
I agree totally.
Whether it's family, friend, intimate, communication is a huge deal. If you felt some type of way, say something. But just like you said, like Wanda, when you said he got on your nerves,
Mm-hmm.
but you stayed quiet.
Mm-hmm.
It took you days, and then you go back and say, the other day,
Right.
you made me feel this way.
Mm-hmm.
I did the same thing.
Okay.
I would sit and watch. And this is how I live with it. I would give you plenty of rope to hang yourself.
Yourself. Okay.
But how about why didn't I say something then?
Because in my situation, like I said, at that time, both of us are hot tempered. Oh, let me switch to me this
Yeah,
time.
we
This
think that
both of us are hot tempered. And now I'm not saying I do that every time we have a disagreement. And thankfully, it's not often that we have arguments. And also, I want to say this. Don't think that having an argument means you have a bad relationship because if you're in a relationship and y'all never have any type of disagreement, somebody is being phony.
and so
Somebody is being phony because no two people, exactly, no two people agree all the time. But what I say is just remember to respectfully argue. If you love me, don't argue with me like I'm just anybody walking down the street. Don't go for my jugular. Remember in the end that we want to love each other. So that's important to me. You see me say something?
yeah, yeah,
Mhm,
I had to learn. I didn't say anything then. And now it's
mhm.
building, building, building. And then when it comes out, it's like,
Right.
Tasmania.
Okay.
I have had and used the okay, so look,
Right.
or I know that I'm over the top already. I'm good. I know I
Mhm,
can't talk to you right now. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? I
mhm.
had to calm down first.
Right.
I'm not gonna say that out loud because that can create a situation.
Mhm,
But I had to. I'm good. I'm okay.
mhm.
You
You
say
all
we're
right?
gonna revisit this.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna that's I've used that
And see, I
dialogue
never
like
said that.
because it's not over. It's not over.
I always say
Respond. Mhm. That's a good point.
So quick to tell ourselves, like, just give the other person something to really I'm saying this is what happened. This is how it made me feel. But it doesn't make it better.
Hmm.
It doesn't mean that that's what you intended.
Exactly.
This is just how I felt.
Exactly.
You know, sometimes when you say things like you did that, you did that. No, I did.
Hmm.
This is not that. I'm just telling you how it makes me feel.
Feel exactly.
man, that's mature.
But I mean, I get it. A lot of people stay on the defense because if someone is saying to me, "You did this, you did that, you did this, you did that," no, I didn't.
So
I
how
can go
do
back to
I'll go on?
you know what? It's, but let's say, well, if it's a new relationship, I can see that. Because you're still learning each other. And then, it could be longer than 2 years, but that each you.
I should know him
You should
too.
know him. You know what I'm saying?
but
So
not if
why would
he's
you?
presenting the
But again, that goes
representative.
right. But then
That is the part right there.
that's it.
Yes.
That still goes about
That is
trust.
Right, trust. But yeah,
Like,
like,
it comes out in a lot of different ways.
so y'all ready to try while we still have an audience? Because what time is it? Girl, it's 7:40, 7:45. Yeah. So we're gonna try the call-in feature, guys. So if you want to add, I know Chatty was on the website. If you want to call in, dial 443-272-1080. 443-272-1080. If you'd like to call in and be a part of the podcast. So we're trying something new. Um, if you'd like to be a part of the podcast, call in to 443-272-1080. And if you're on my Facebook page, um, if you're on my Facebook page, you'll see the number on the page, and under the post, under the live, I put a paragraph and the different links on how you can communicate with us. Y'all, they picking up everything. Yeah, we got the new microphone. And I want to thank my cousin through Eric, but my cousin Carla. She blessed me in my ministry and had faith in me. And she just sent me a cash app one day, and she told me she was proud of me, and blessed me with enough money to buy my podcast mic. It is it is such a blessing to one have been granted for God to bless me with my king. It's another for we've been together now for 12 years. It's another for his family to accept and love you. And honored, like I'm honored to be, I have my own relationship with each one of them outside of him. I don't have to be with him in order to interact with them. We are cousins. His mom, I don't call her mom, I call her Suge. She has her own special name for me, you know. But like when we first met, she could have took me or left me after all her son had been through. She was cordial. Damn, me and her go out shopping, hanging out together. I go sit and just chill, you know, like can she get over it? She won't do that. She's shy. She didn't do it. Like if you see me, you notice you only see a picture of her like maybe once or twice a year because she ain't doing all that. But you know, so we have the lines open if y'all want to call in 443-272-1080. And you can actually talk to us live if you want to be a part of the communication of the conversation. Now, another part of what I wanted to discuss and trying to make the relationship between the black man and woman better is being the person or having all the attributes and qualities yourself that you're looking for in your partner. Because a lot of times we're asking our partners to do and be something to us and for us that we don't even do and be for ourselves. And another part is, are you ready for the blessing that you asking for? Mhm. Amen.
be.
Be what you ask for. That's very, very important.
And the way that I was raised by both of my, I was taught to be strong, be able to, handle certain things in life. Don't handle it wrong. So it became, like I said, gift and a curse.
Mhm.
Um, but then sometimes it becomes your attention,
Mhm.
just like nothing. Let me do this, let me do that. But I'm looking for someone that can match that.
Right.
I don't really. I do have. I don't really have a lot of expectations, but
Mm.
I'm looking for someone that can match
So one with that, you're not what you desire and what is you at your core. Don't change that for nobody. That just means that's not the one for you. You know, again, I am a whole piece of work. I know it. Okay. I am extra at AF. When me and him first met, I was still working. I'm sorry, y'all. I was still working, but I worked from home. But you couldn't tell me I worked from home because I was done to the nine. I had makeup on. I put on outfits like I was rolling out the dough, not the door, the dough. Okay. Um, I had my own extra money then. So shopping. Well, you remember me back in Honda?
that.
I was a whole trip and oh, okay.
I think when you someone in,
Hmm.
you know, it's like someone get it, get it.
Right. That's true. That's true. That's very true. But it's the camera's on you. I'm
No,
very focused on
no,
you.
no.
You made me forget my thought. Wait a minute, I gotta remember. What was the last thing I said? That's
You
probably
say you was dressed to the nine. You
yeah. I mean, I was working from home. I was dressed to the nines. It'll come back to me. Let me just say something, and if I do like this, I remember.
it's like I do my very best. There has been space to do it. I
Mhm.
don't want to minimize any past relationship that I've been in, but plenty of them have been space that we are only a couple. There you go. There you go.
Okay, we have to learn to check ourselves because I said I was extra.
Mhm.
And going back to when you said people used to say you act like a man or not well, that's what they used to tell me. My daughter and her friends used to tell me that men had a 2 week shelf life because within 2 weeks I had done picked up a card. I was a no nonsense, and this came from a place of pain. I didn't want a relationship. I was no nonsense. I was It was on my terms, my way or the highway. And when I got to the point where I wanted a relationship and was still trying to have that same attitude, needless to say, it wasn't working out. So I had to do some work within myself. I took personally, before hopping from one relationship to another, I took a 3 year sabbatical from dating. I'm gonna keep it real. I didn't even masturbate. I wanted no sex, no nothing for 3 years because and it was probably it was probably the best thing I could have done for myself because I learned who Wanda was at her core. I learned what Wanda wanted. I learned what Wanda would accept. And I'm speaking of myself in the third person because the Wanda of then and the Wanda now has even there's growth. Every day I evolve. Every day I focus. I start my day with an affirmation. I focus on being a better person. But getting back to the topic, that you gotta sometimes check yourself if the same thing keeps happening. You gotta have a harsh look at yourself, an honest look at yourself. It doesn't have to be harsh. Grant yourself some grace and mercy. Grant yourself the same grace and mercy that you grant others. But take an honest assessment of yourself and see if there's something that you can correct. I'm trying to check and see if there's any new messages. See if there's something that you can correct about yourself or that needs adjusting about yourself. Because a lot of times we don't want to admit that we may be the problem
We got the problem. It can't be the rest of the world.
all the time.
Exactly.
So
Some things I'm just not good. I'm not good.
I agree with that. Please don't, because I love you to life. I don't fake to death. Yeah. Mhm. Right. Exactly. And you're still Courtney. You're a beautiful person, and don't you change your essence for nobody.
From where we came. It's nothing wrong with loving the person that you love, but at the same time, you have to establish boundaries to keep yourself
But I
safe.
have this. I
And you,
hear that, but I'm just saying. Like I said, I stayed my crown steady.
Oh,
You know, I let also understand that my king's crown might be leaning.
okay, that's a positive. Okay,
You
that's
know
an
what I
important
mean?
point.
You know,
Say that again.
my king's crown might be leaning.
So nobody's perfect. So can I deal with his imperfections? Because, like I said, mine ain't perfect. He's perfect for me. But that some days I want to take that blinged out cane and knock him upside the head.
Right.
But I love me some him every day. But just because you love somebody don't mean that every day you're gonna like him.
And see, that's what I'm saying. Every day
Right,
some days they won't feel good.
right,
You
and
might just give up, throw my hands up,
right.
because his maybe I just need to stay and say, what do
Hmm.
you know,
Right.
we expect a man to be strong all the time, and it's not always about him being strong all the time. I just said, Big Mama, when Papa took the paycheck
Hmm.
and went out and drank it up and gambled it up, Big Mama figured it out
Hmm.
for
Hmm.
the family.
Right.
So we've been, holding our kings up.
Holding them up.
So
Exactly.
why do we feel like they supposed to hold us up? Let's hold each other up.
Amen. I'm
You
sorry. I
try
can't.
that out.
Amen. I like that.
Can
Let's.
you try that out?
instead of just keep being separate,
It should be like a
separation.
balance. Like I was saying before, where I'm some of the things that I'm strong in may not be his strong suit. There are things that he's strong in that's not my strong suit. So together we are the perfect melody for us. Now, some people may say, "Well, why y'all not married? Mind your business. We got this. We 12 years in." Can you say that? Because there's some people that are married that are just together for all the wrong reasons and don't have the level of love, respect, trust, admiration, appreciation, respect. Did I say that? For their partner that I have for mine and that he has for me. And all my imperfections and my extra AFs, he accepts all of my health. When we met, I was healthy. I hadn't had not one back surgery. Now I've had two back surgeries and need a third. I'm hurting right now. So I'm glad to be able to focus the camera on y'all sometimes. It's on me at the moment, but we have to it should be a balance, but and we have to accept that other person's flaws, but their flaws shouldn't tear your heart out. Okay. So
I think it's good relation,
mhm,
dealing with other people. People are not perfect.
right.
And they're not going to always do what I want them to do
Mhm,
when I want them
right.
to. And the person
And another thing I want to point out, It's people better recognize them soul ties are that's real. Soul tie. Stop giving your body to everybody. Everyone ain't the one.
You do that, you're taking
Their
the person that
energy
they had.
before them, the person before them, and the person that person. It's like I put it like this. Remember when AIDS first came out? Not to put a negative connotation on it, but and they used to say you sleeping with the person that that person slept with, and that person slept with, and that person slept with, and everybody's person. So it's the same thing with these soul ties, and I'm real big on energy. And if a person makes you vibrate lower than I'm not matching energy. I used to match energy. Or if you wanted to be a hell, I could give it to you, son. I give you I used to say, like, because I used to drive a Denali, brand new off the showroom floor, couldn't tell me squat. Okay. I used to dress well. I still dress well. But I used to be extra AF back then, you know. Put it like this, at high school, that's my yearbook over there, that black and gold book. But but when I tell you, I went to high school in blouses, skirts, and high heel shoes, and I carried a briefcase. Yeah, so I've been this all my life. My mother used to say, mhm, my mother used to say that I came out of the purse, out of her privates carrying a purse. She but yeah, it's I am a piece of work. Now I'm a better piece of work today and a more conscientious piece of work today. Because I am in a relationship. I am more cognizant of the fact, like Courtney said, that it can't be all about me all the time. I have to take his feelings into consideration. Um, some things he may say, and this is another part of being in a relationship. Some people, I believe that I love that was Jessica. Some people that were in my past as even just platonic friends, just like we have discernment, like we see a woman and the man don't pick up on the fact that this woman is flirting, and our radar go up. If he discerns or feels a certain way about a person, you have to acknowledge and respect him. At least hear him out. Some people we've agreed on, some people I fought for. But I also have to trust his level of discernment. And unfortunately, 9 times out of 10, he's been right. The person that he has indicated to me was looking at me. This is somebody I used to work with that was looking at me as more. They called me on Valentine's Day. I don't do women.
Oh no.
They called me on Valentine's Day. We were having a wonderful Valentine's Day. Needless to say, that taught her, and I'm like defending them. That's just so and so. We used to work together at Verizon. I ain't never. He like a brother to me. Don't know, and he was like, "Don't no brother call you on Valentine's Day because what he doing is he see that you was in a relationship on Facebook, and he want to see if it's as strong as you say it was, and blase this, that, and the other, and can he come through and blah blah blah." And I lied to you not. Not even 2 months later, the Negro came out of pocket. Out of pocket, and we had where I was at Verizon 7.5 years. And he had never now he was a whoremonger around Verizon, don't get me wrong, but he had never stepped to me like that because I carry myself differently. So that's another thing. Why is it when people realize that you are in a relationship, do they feel like the need to test the strength of your bond? What is it, Courtney?
Blowing up.
Mhm. I'll tell you my last name off camera because I don't want that on. Yeah. Or hand me the book. I'll turn to
No,
it.
no, I will.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like as soon as I'm in a relationship, out such one of the
Boy, bye. Right.
whatever. The thing, my issue is not the people come up with, it's the person that I'm choosing to actually be with that thinks you thinking about it. Who called you? I know people checking for you. I know people want to be with
Cause he know you the
I was just
bombdiggity.com.
saying that. That is about trust.
you. It's about
Some
hey.
But he
people
can't
want
be
you can't.
insecure.
You
Like
can't.
I build you up. If you are someone I have interest in, I build you up as my king. I let you know, can nobody turn my head unless you do something to make me turn my head.
But it's nothing you can do to make me turn my head. That's a conscious decision.
No, if you're treating me a certain
Oh
way,
yeah,
that's what I mean by that. Yeah, that's right. So the only person that can change how I react to a person is that person. Because when you start moving, shifting, I move out your way. I don't care who it is. Oh, I was preaching for a second. The camera ain't even on me. Yeah. Saying want to test you and so they can tell that. Exactly. Exactly, Chatty. She said, someone to test you so they can tell that. Like when I was saying he called on Valentine's Day, you know. But y'all don't forget the chat lines is open. If y'all don't want to chat, we can right in the live because I mean we having fun and everything. This is what yeah. But I'm here to tell you, like even I always say that God prepared me and him for each other as flawed as we both are. The love is real. We've had a conversation like if we used to hang out in the same clubs, knew some of the same people, but we never met. I never met him or his twin brother.
that's amazing.
He has an identical twin brother. I had never met or his sister, but I told him we wouldn't have worked back then because
Oh yeah.
I was Wanda. I was yeah. So when you get to a point that you want to be in a monogamous relationship, in my opinion, first of all, you need to take the time to get to know yourself. No, first of all, you need to love yourself. Love yourself above all else. Put yourself first. A lot of people say I put my children first. No, put yourself first. Just like when you're on the airplane and they say if the oxygen mask fall down, put the oxygen mask on yourself first. Same go with love. You can't love nobody else if you don't know how to love yourself. So love on yourself. Treat yourself with respect. And these are things that I've learned. I will never tell you things that I have not done, will not do, or in the process of doing. I'm never gonna send anybody out there on some wild goose chase. Like anything I say is from the heart, and I'm always authentic with you guys. I give you the raw Wanda, and good, bad, or indifferent. Some people like me, some people hate me. There's no in between. I don't care where you sit on the fence. Just be real with me. So, what do y'all want to say in closing? And let me put the other camera on y'all.
I don't even know at this point. This whole business is fulfilling.
Yes.
I do want to. I do completely.
Wait a minute. Let's see if this is a caller for the show. I don't know. Hi, Christina. You're live on the network. Are you calling in for the show? Okay. All right. I'm gonna call you right back, baby. All right.
I had to take a lot of time to learn my. I'm still working in patient, tolerant, within.
Very good point.
So, yeah. I mean, you hope for the best. I can't promise that the other person will take the same way that I did. But I'm not going to give up. And
I know that's
I'm going
right.
to keep this communication open. I love it. I love talking.
Okay, that's what's up.
Anybody that knows me knows that I want to have like real conversation, real quality
Right,
time,
right.
real time spent. So, moving forward, that's what I'll work on.
I like that you putting it out there in the universe. That's a good way to end our chat. Put it in the universe what you
Hey,
want. All right, Miss Sean.
I'm going to say to everyone that was chiming in today, you love on yourself, give yourself grace.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you give yourself grace, but so often it's not easy to just do that, right?
Right.
Just, and if it is hard, keep
Amen.
some stay forever.
Oh, yeah, you, sure.
I want to also remember, Courtney, with the patience and tolerance, understand my crown is leaning a lot of the time. My king's crown might be leaning. So let me have enough patience and tolerance to understand the space as well.
That's a good point. And as your sister, I'll always be here to help you adjust your crown. I love my court, my
Y'all
tiny
ain't so mean.
Tara.
Because they're men. Men and women
Men are
are
from
different.
Mars, women are from Venus. I read that book a long time ago, and it was so accurate. But Sean, you don't get off that easy. Manifest what you want, girl. Put it out in the universe.
I know, because she always talking about helping other people.
Mhm.
I just
Well,
help.
Oh, thank you. Do y'all see the difference from 2 weeks ago to now? Like how it's getting better. So Chatty said that this was an awesome conversation. Jessica said that she enjoyed the chat. So I'm gonna end the chat now since we didn't get any call-ins because we were really hoping to get you guys to call in. But I think we've been an hour, a little bit over an hour. Um, as you go about your day, and if you see a queen and her crown is tilted, as my sister says, sometimes hers is, please help that sister fix her crown. And if you go about your day and somebody's crown is completely off lost, somebody stole it, it's on the ground, do what you can, pick it up and put it on her head. Or if you can spare the resources, spend a little bit of change and get her a new one. Or let her borrow one of yours until she finds hers. But what's most important about that is once you help that queen in whatever way, whatever you needed to do in order to give her a safe space, continue to be her safe space. Don't go out and tell nobody else what you had to do for that queen or who that queen was. Let me tell you what I did. Girl, let me tell you what so and so was going through. Girl, do you know he did this? Keep that to yourself. Be your sister's keeper. Don't be so messy. Stop being messy. I can't stand a messy female or male. Messy people. I'm not even gonna just put it on females. Be that queen safe place. And that's what I ask that all of us try to do. And with that, I'm gonna end the live and say peace and blessings. I love you. Oh no, I'm not gonna end the live. Hold up. Hold up. Yeah. Don't forget that oh I don't have it on this phone. No. I'll do it the next time, my commercial. But don't forget to watch Wanda's World on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Whether I do it solo, whether I have my guest co-host, I'm always gonna bring it. Thank you for being patient with me as I learn the process, as I go from being just being a one woman show. I am the technical team. I am the host. I am I'm the engineer. the producer, right? Exactly. But it's gotten better since the first show, and I thank you guys for hanging in there with me, girl. Like it's, I was giving myself anxiety. I was seriously having anxiety attacks, but then I prayed on it, and that's why when you said what you said earlier, God didn't give me that spirit. So I started saying my affirmations, whether they be affirmations that I make up myself. God's affirmations are really important. I have affirmation apps on my phone. One is called I Am. Um, oh, what's yours called? Okay, fall in love with the process and the results will come. That's an excellent affirmation. But if you look up affirmations in your, I don't want to mess up the live. If you look up affirmations in your either Google Play Store or your what you call that Apple thing, the their app store, yeah, because I'm not an iPhone person. Look up affirmations. They're apps that if you're not at a spiritual point where you can come up to with them yourself, it'll help and it'll send them to you. And it's a gentle reminder every day to be a bit more kinder, grant each other grace, and be cognizant of how you present yourself to the world. So now I'm gonna say peace and blessings. Don't forget shopping the website, Plain and Makeup by Yolando.com. This look and every other look you see on the page. Shop my code Wanda WANDA to save you some coins. And I love you. And there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Peace and
So great.
blessings.
Really.
Where's Courtney?
Oh,